What's good? All right. Running a little bit behind today. What's going on, Jay Bird? I'm gonna try to pull up the chat on another screen. Give me 1 second, because I did StreamYard today. Because I wanted to. There we go. Let me see. Can I see it over here? Yes, I can. All right. Because I want to be able to show StreamYard up in this mug. What's good, Jaybird904? What's going on, DB? What's happening? Velts, what's going on? Kenneth Johnson, Kane the bad guy, Reggie Cheese, sir, man. I've been loving this. Hey, I love seeing you in the chat, Reggie. Love seeing you in the chat. We've been chopping it up. Ghetto Life Boxing, what's good, man? DB, Kane the bad guy, Dark Truth, man, what's good? B&B Boxing, DB said, check out Dillian White's interview, is sickening. Hey, man, I've been listening to that dude make me sick for a while. What's going on, BFTB? BFTB in the building. What's going on, Real Pitbull, man? What's happening with you, my brother? How are you? Sonny's Boxing Talk. What's going on, man? Bam, hey, salute, Five. What's going on, Five? Bam Bam Tweed, my new. What's good? Adam Wild said AJ can be ranked number 2 because of his titles. I think Fury and Ortiz whooped him. You know, I'm gonna look, man. I'll tell you why I think he's number 2. Because he's beaten somebody in the last 5 years. See, I think Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua. But dude, I think Anthony Joshua should be the number 2 heavyweight because he's actually beat somebody in the last 5 years. Tyson Fury ain't beat anybody in 5 years, so it's real hard for me to do that with him. I think that Tyson Fury beats Anthony Joshua. I think he does. But the fact of the matter is the dude hasn't beaten anybody, so I'm not gonna put anybody that has not beaten a top opponent in 5 years as the number 2 heavyweight. I'm gonna try. I mean, I don't like Anthony Joshua's fans, but the dude has accomplished more than Tyson Fury has in the last, since 2015. So I got to give the dude credit. I got to give the dude credit for that. But the question of whether or not who the number 1 heavyweight is, there's no question about that. But that's not necessarily what I want to talk about today, man. I'm going to see if I can pull something up. Let me see something. I've never done this before, so I'm doing it real time. Okay, cool. It looks just like the other one. Okay, great. So watch this. I want to point something out to you dudes who believe any old piece of dumbass lie that these people tell you. Okay? All right. And this is why, not lie, but I just want to point out some blatant fucking hypocrisy, okay? So before you guys come up in here telling me how Anthony Joshua just did 1.6 million pay-per-view buys, where did you get that shit from? I don't doubt that he could. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he didn't. I know it's hard for you guys to get when I say these things. I don't know what the numbers are, but I know where the numbers have been coming from that people have cited for every other fight. Can anybody tell me? Because I want to know where have the numbers from AJ's fights come from usually? Can anybody tell me that? Where the numbers usually come from? Where the estimates come from? I can tell you if you can't tell me, but I like to ask the chat. That way nobody thinks I'm just making the shit up. You get these numbers the day after the fight? Of course you don't. I mean, that's easy. No, not Barry Hearn, not Barb. Harold Jones, Barb. Mr. Fitness, Barb. That's where they get them from, right? No, not Nielsen, Barb. What's going on, Marlon? So ICC said, love is felt. Thanks for the support, Fanon. I want to thank the members of the channel also because they're all major supporters. It really means a lot. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, yeah, man, we got our official. Our first. Let me press go on something real quick. We made our first official sponsorship payment from the members. Marlon So Icy Sims for his upcoming fight. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank to everybody in the green with the green dots for supporting, dude. Much appreciated. BFTB Barb is who they get them from, but the reality is it's Hearn's ass. No, BFTB. They did not get that shit from Barb because watch this. This is where I want to go to. Right? Now they say Barb. Share screen. I've not done this on this in a while. Okay. Let me make sure you guys see what I can. You guys see what I'm seeing. I'm gonna wait. Just first. Oh, I'm way behind. Okay, is it? Yes, it's there. Okay, so you guys see that, right? You see where it says Barb. Notice this, 2009, December of 2009. This is December, right? Of 2009. The week of December 1st, look at the weeks, okay? In November, they have all the weeks for November, right? For December, they have November 25th through December 1st. What is today? What day did the fight take place on? The fight took place on the 7th. This says the only days available on Barb is the week of November 25th to December 1st. So, as you can tell, there are no numbers for Barb. There are no numbers for Barb. But the December 7th was the date. There's no numbers for Barb. How can now here you've been using Barb numbers? How could you use Barb numbers and Barb numbers have not come out yet? How can that be? They literally asked them this shit the day of the fight. They motherfucker jumped out the ring and said, "We broke records." And by the way, Eddie Hearn never said what the number was. You can't find Eddie Hearn saying 1.6. You have somebody, an inside source. That's another inside source. Man, these guys just hide behind numbers, man. That's all that is, dude. They hide behind numbers. That's all that is. They hide behind the numbers. Sources confirm. Nah, man. You're hiding behind numbers is what you're doing. You're trying to create a sense, like we already know what the ticket sales. Of course, the ticket sales were 15,000. Everybody flew over there from Saudi Arabia. He said 2.6 is correct. Almost 2 people. Yeah. But we don't know. I'm just saying you don't know because that's Barb's numbers. Barb's numbers aren't out for that fight. So why should I believe it? But I don't care what it is because the truth of the matter is all it is just really hiding behind. All it really is hiding behind numbers, man. D-Style said most revenue for that fight were from taco sales. And he was 78.7% of those. Yeah, look, man, let's get to that fight. I just wanted to do that real quick. What's going on? What's going on, Burgess Meredith? What's going on, Underrated Darkness? All right, man. So let me get to this, man. First and foremost, I told you so. I want to do my I told you so. Okay. And all you bums over there in the UK that want to say, well, Fanon, you said it was gonna have they were gonna have to do something sneaky. They were gonna have to do this or that in order for Anthony Joshua to win, and they didn't do anything sneaky. First of all, dog, I don't know if they did any shit sneaky or not. Okay. Because I ain't seen the test results for Anthony Joshua. But it doesn't matter. Because if I put my money in a book, if I went to Movida or whatever and bet my money on my prediction, I would have walked out with my money plus something. I won my bet. And if I win my bet, that means I got it right. Shut the fuck up. Kick rocks. You guys are crawling out from underneath rocks, trying to start arguments with somebody that was right. And I know it makes you sick. You guys scouring my videos, trying to find a way to say I was wrong. Keep scouring, dog. Keep scouring. Okay. 10 minute of my video that did my prediction. It's at 10 minutes and 20 seconds where I say, despite all that, I'm staying with my original. What's going on, Juan Lejeune? My original prediction, which is that it will be a unanimous decision for Anthony Joshua. In my live stream before the fight, you all asked me, who do I think was going to win? I said, are you kidding me? Anthony Joshua, unanimous decision. Okay? So you all trying to come to me, finding some way to rub my face in me being correct. If you trying to rub my face in me being right, it's never going to work, dog. It's never going to work. The only person that's been able to rub my face in a bad prediction this whole fucking year, or actually it was last year, was Junior the Truth and Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia. That's it. That's the only one. That's the only one that I made a prediction. Because I ain't stupid, dog. Okay? A lot of things I am, homie. Stupid is not one. So y'all, oh, you're so dumb. You're so dumb if you think Deontay Wilder. You think Deontay, what's going on, Justin, to get my cash in the building? What's good, man? Much love in that super chat. But y'all just sit on, hey, seriously, man. Even when you win with other folk, you take L's over here, dog. Okay? Now, let's get on to Anthony Joshua and the fact that he's the number 2 heavyweight in the world. Okay? I don't give a shit that he beat Anthony Joshua, that he beat Andy Ruiz. I told you he was going to do it. He just beat Andy Ruiz. He went the distance with a 395-pound fat man. Okay? He went the distance. Did he knock him out spectacularly? Did he do like Lennox Lewis did when Lennox Lewis got hit by that one-punch knockout by Hasim Rahman? Did he come back in there and knock out Andy Ruiz? No. Did he do what Lennox Lewis did to Oliver McCall and make him cry in the ring and have a mental breakdown? No. He jabbed, he stayed outside, he made sure that he won on the scorecards, and he walked out with his ring. He walked out with the belts. That's what he's supposed to do. He was supposed to do that the last time. And guess what? His loss did not get erased. His loss did not get erased. It's still there. But ironically, man, I want to start an argument with somebody so bad. I really do. I really want to. That's why I'm on over here on StreamYard and not the regular one, just in case I want to let somebody on one day to blast y'all up. Fight Club, come on for now. We all know what happened with McCall. Yeah, what happened with McCall? He had a mental breakdown. I know Lennox Lewis won that fight, and he walked out with his ring. And he walked out with his belts. It's what it is. And Ruiz and Anthony Joshua got knocked out this year. What's going on, Brandon Stefano? What's good? Did you graduate from Howard University Law School? That I did. That I did. HU, baby. HU, baby. Wilder has 2 knockouts a year. Candidates of 2009. Let's look at Anthony Joshua's highlights. Dude, he's not knocked out anybody in a year and a half. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, he did knock out. He knocked out Povetkin. He did knock out. BFTV was right. Eddie was yelling, "Don't engage." Yeah, sure he was. Said, Fanon, I've been arguing with that fruit pop on Twitter. Yeah, man, I'm done with them, dude. Seriously, man, I kicked him off my Twitter feed. Bye. Hey, dude, but look, all I was doing that for, just so you know, B&B, I just want to keep myself sharp. Because every time they say some stupid shit, it lets me know what exactly AJ fans' arguments are, so I get to hear them. And then I'll just, it's kind of like a sparring match, boo, 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 insult, boo, boo, fact, insult, boo, boo, boo. All right, yeah, okay, great, I'm done. Thank you. I just wanted to get out there in them streets. Just want to get out in them streets. Like I said, I got $100. Say, hey, Joshua Ducks Wilder again. Of course he will. Dude, he's going to drop them belts. He's going to drop them belts. What's going on, man? Thanks for the compliment, man. Yeah, man, just try to get the feel of what's going on out there. Then I'll throw the bums off and come back. I mean, anybody that won't admit that the 300,000, my logic for 300,000 for Deontay Wilder is supported by an article that says 300,000 in it. Come on, man. It don't matter, dog, what they say. It don't matter. When I ask you questions about that, what do you mean, Brandon Christian? What did you say before? What up, fam? You said, what up, fam? When you ask me questions about what? Oh, the voice of... No, that's somebody. Jason said that. Hey, B&B said, Fanon, I knew that's what you're doing. Oh, yeah. That's just for fun, dog. I'm just having fun with fucking trolls. I mean, you can never get them to admit that they're wrong, right? I mean, you can never get them to admit that they're wrong. You got clowns out there. You don't know anything about the law. What you're going to do, you're going to get disbarred by a judge for lying. Hold on. Them always like, they're going to get you in contempt of court for lying. They contempt of court for lying. First of all, I work with contracts, homie. Oh, what do you say? Oh, when can I ask you about law school? Anytime. What do you about Howard Law or what? Yeah, I mean, you can ask me about law. Send me an email. I can tell you about it. I mean, if you're an undergrad, just do English. Okay? Do English. It's shit's not about arguing and talking shit and all the shit that people think it is. Study English and how to write. That's the number one thing you have to do. You have to know how to write. Know how to have good punctuation, be very highly structured, and know how to do research. Man, when people talk so much shit, and as soon as you hear them talk, you're like, dude, you don't even know what that shit's about, man. That shit is about research. That shit's about research. It's about rules. That's it. It's not Matlock and all that shit. You trying to be cute. No, fuck. Dude, and I do contracts. I don't never fucking walk in no court. I write contracts. Okay? That's what I do. I write contracts. That's my area. I write contracts. Anyway, yeah, dude, that motherfucking idiot. Ooh. But just so you know, contempt of court is when you fail to follow the rules. When you lie, that's perjury. Okay? It's two different things. Oh, yeah. If you on the Patreon, you join Patreon. Hey, I'll tell you how to get in. I'll tell you how to get through. I'll tell you the most important shits that you need to know while you're there. All that good shit. For sure. What it is and what is not. I think it's the first time I heard Fanon say nigga. No, I've been saying nigga a lot lately. First of all, I use that shit. I say that shit all the time at home. Contempt is fuck your court, Your Honor. Yeah, pretty much. That's when you're showing contempt. That's what the word means. Contempt. A disregard, a callous disregard for. Like fuck, like your son slaps you in the mouth or something. He ain't lying. He's just smacking you in the mouth. But whatever, dude. Like I said, man, my specialty is contracts. Okay? That's what I do. Don't ask me about no wills and trusts. Don't ask me about fucking torts. Don't ask me about any of that shit. I took that shit years and years and years ago. I work on contracts. When you fuck boys tell me that somebody is locked into one and there's nothing they can do, that's when I will clown you. The rest of that shit, dude, come the fuck on, man. This motherfucker gonna try to tell me I'm a reporter. Like, I'm a reporter. Oh, I guess if I tell you got a sprained fucking ankle, that makes me a doctor. Because I tell you what somebody reported makes me a reporter. I'm a boxing fan, dude. That's what I am. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. What I'm trying to do is, this shit is what I want to do when I retire. Okay. When I'm done, when the companies that I work for, when they sell, I don't want to have to go. I'm not trying to go search out and give somebody some applications and do that shit no more. I'm getting to the age, dog, where I want to have some shit that I want to do, that I wake up and I enjoy. And that's what this is. Gregory Watts said, want to practice law, learn to engage an audience for 45 minutes and say nothing that can be refuted. Now, that's true. That's true. But dude, first of all, man, dog, that shit it's just not what you fucking think it is, okay? It's not what you think it's not what you think it is. It's rules, okay? It's rules. It's making an argument. It's the issue. Learn this. Here's my piece of advice. If you're going to law school, learn to think like this. What's the issue? What's the rule that you apply to settle that issue? Then you apply the rules to the facts, and then you make a conclusion, right? So it's issue, rule, application, conclusion. Start thinking like that. So you say, what's the rule? Who is the champion? Who is the heavyweight champion? Well, the heavyweight champion is the guy that's been what is the rule? I say, what's the issue? Whether Anthony Joshua is the number one heavyweight or is it Deontay Wilder? Okay, well, what's the rule? The person that has been the heavyweight champion the longest and has defended his belts the most times is the heavyweight champion of the world. Well, okay, that's the issue, the question. Who is Anthony Joshua the heavyweight champion of the world, or is it Deontay Wilder? If the rule is the person that has been champion the longest and has the most successful title defenses is the champion, then you apply a rule. Well, is Anthony Joshua the longest reigning heavyweight in the world? Does he have the most championship defenses? No. Anthony Joshua has been the heavyweight champion for 3 days now, right? He's been the heavyweight champion since Saturday. Deontay Wilder's been the heavyweight champion since 2015. Okay, who has the most title defenses? Anthony Joshua had 5 title defenses, whatever it was, successful title defenses. What did he have? Like, I guess Klitschko is one, Takam, maybe say he has 7, right? So, no, Deontay Wilder has 10, Anthony Joshua had 7, which he doesn't. Well, then, so what's the conclusion? Based on applying the rules to the facts, Deontay Wilder is the number one heavyweight champion in the world. So you can spend all day arguing about what the rule is, and after you settle what rule should be, but you can say, oh no, I think it's who's got the biggest chest. The number one heavyweight in the world is the guy that has the biggest chest, that looks the strongest. He's the one with the most pay-per-view buys. The number one heavyweight in the world, world champion, is the guy that has the most Twitter followers. He's the one that did it. He's the one that won the belt the fastest. See, that's what we wind up arguing with a lot about. But people who don't know how to structure an argument miss that. If you're saying that somebody is the best, what is the rule that you apply? What's the rule? Let's agree with the rule. Okay? You say it's who has the most Twitter followers. You say it who sells the biggest pay-per-view. You say it is the one that sells the most tickets. So they're the heavyweight champion of the world. I say it is the guy that has the most successful title defenses and the guy that's reigned the longest. Which rule do you think is reasonable? And we can debate that. But once we come up with a clear and concise rule, then we look at the facts and we apply the facts to the rule. And after you apply the facts to the rule, you come up with a conclusion. And my conclusion is that AJ is the number 2 heavyweight. That's why I can't put Tyson Fury over Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua is a heavyweight champion. Anthony Joshua has beaten top heavyweights in the last 5 years. That's what I would say. So no, I cannot put Tyson Fury above Deontay Wilder. I can't put him above Deontay Wilder, and I can't put him above Anthony Joshua. Though I dislike Anthony Joshua's fans a little more than I dislike Tyson Fury's. Okay? I still have to say that's a reasonable rule, right? It's a reasonable rule, and the facts support this conclusion that Deontay Wilder is the number one heavyweight. Okay? Because my rule is it's the guy that's reigned the longest, the guy that has reigned the longest and has the most successful title defenses, who has won more fights as a champion. Deontay Wilder has won more fights as a champion than Anthony Joshua did. He's been reigning much longer than Anthony Joshua did. So to me, applying that rule, I have Deontay Wilder. And I don't care what the pay-per-view numbers were. So what? What do your pay-per-view have to do with how good a fighter you are? And they don't. They have nothing to do with it. That just means who has the most fans that are willing to pay for the fight. That's all that means. Who has the most people, who sold the most tickets. That doesn't mean who's the best fighter. That just means he has the most fans. That's it. So when you guys, that's why I'm like, I think you guys are fucking little kids. Because you don't have a rule to apply. See, that's where. So when you talk about if you want to go to school for that, that's what they're going to teach you to do. That's the essence of what they're going to teach you to do. And why people have very hard times having conversations with people that know how to do that. That's not somebody being tricky and having a fancy play on words and I'm just going to call you a liar. You're lying. You're lying. Oh, you're lying. Ha ha ha. No, dude. What is the fucking, you're making a point. I'm making a point. I'm saying Deontay Wilder is a known fighter. Okay? Deontay Wilder is a known fighter. That's my argument, right? Well, what's the rule? He said, I love Howard. It's one of the best colleges in the world. Yes, sir. What's the rule to know whether or not whether you're a known fighter or not? I would argue that the rule you should apply is that somebody knows you. That a substantial number of people know who you are. So if the rule is, what is Deontay Wilder known? What's the rule? In order to be known, people have to know who you are. Simple rule, right? Well, let's look at the facts, right? We said the issue. What is it? Is Deontay Wilder known? What's the rule? People have to know you for you to be known. Okay, let's apply the facts. Deontay Wilder's had at least 6 fights in which over 1 million people watched him fight. Before his last fight, he had 2 million people on Fox that watched a preliminary event to his fight. So I know of at least 1 million views on multiple occasions where people tuned in to watch him on a broadcast. So let's apply the rules to the facts. The rule is you have to be known by people to be known. Is Deontay Wilder known by people? Yes. What are the facts to support it? That he's been seen by millions and millions and millions of people. Conclusion: Deontay Wilder's a known fighter. You guys don't want to do that shit. Y'all don't want to do that. You don't want to go through that. You want to apply. You don't want to have a rule. You want to have your fucking opinion. Okay? You just want to say, well, somebody walked out and asked a crowd of people if they knew who Deontay Wilder was, and they said no. That means he's not known. Really? Did the guy that asked the question know who Deontay Wilder was? Yes. Do you think the people that watch the video that you're referring to, who keep citing it, know who Deontay Wilder is? Yes. So even in your bullshit ass fucking example you pulled out, You have multiple people who knew who he was. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there with a camera asking people if they knew who he was. If nobody knew him, why would they even waste their time doing that shit? So the very fact that you point that out supports my argument that he's a known fighter. That's the process that you go through. And you guys are fucking jokes. Sitting there saying, Fanon, you're a hater, has nothing to do with the rule. Nothing. Because, Fanon, you're just a hater. What part of that sentence has anything to do with the issue? Nothing. What does it have to do with the rule? Nothing. What does it have to do with applying the facts to the rule? Nothing. What does it have to do with the conclusion? Nothing. What is it? It's an ad hominem attack on me, which means that the reason that Fanon's argument isn't valid is because Fanon isn't valid, because Fanon's a hater, because Fanon's got a big nose, because Fanon slept with my mother and I'm mad. All that type of shit is what you guys keep doing, and you're fucking cornballs. The only reason I talk to you cornballs on Twitter is so I can hear I literally do this shit. I'm like, let me see what he's going to say. Oh, okay. What fallacy is this? Oh, that's ad hominem. That's an appeal to an authority. That is a straw man argument. He's defending an argument that I never made. All that type of corny shit. But even that is logic. Even that is logic. That's more finite. That's more logic and dialectics than it is the law. So you fucking bozos don't even know what you're talking about when you complain about shit. Hey, Big Dog Willie say UK folks saying AJ victory is more impressive than Lennox Lewis over Oliver McCall and Rahman. Here we go with that BS. Well, let's see. What's the issue? See, I can go through this with Big Dog Willie, but y'all ain't gonna do this. Okay, the issue is AJ's victory more impressive than Luis Ortiz? Lennox Lewis's victory over Oliver McCall and Rahman. Okay, what is an impressive victory? Impressive how? What's your rule? How do we know? That's the question, but what's the rule? So then you got to say what makes something more impressive. Impressive to who? Impressive to them? Of course it's more impressive to them because they got their tongues up Anthony Joshua's backside. Hell yeah. It's more impressive to them. But what's the rule in general? Tell me what makes it more impressive. Was it the outcome? Rahman got knocked out. He returned the favor in kind. He left no debt. He knocked out the champion to win his belt. I think, according to how I apply that, my rule is, I would say that's more impressive to me. But that means there's some subjectivity to that. Kappa Shanti, much love in that super chat, man. Callie Nigma said, breaking news, Luis Ortiz just said he's going to the WBL route to become AJ's mandatory. Dog, he will drop that fucking belt before he do it. What's going on, CRB? Hey, the agitator said, thank you for the edutainment. Keep up the constructive efforts. Yeah, man, we work with it. But that's how you make an argument, dude. I'm telling you that if you really want to have a conversation with somebody and you know they're being mature and they're being serious, that's what they'll do. The thing that you guys are calling debates aren't debates. Not in that sense. All you fucking figuring out, not like this fucking idiot that called himself. These dudes they just want to ask you questions. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you that. No. No. What's the issue? And what's the rule? Can we agree to a rule first? You think the rule is this? We can talk all day about what the rule is. And as soon as we come up with that rule, what does it mean to be the number one heavyweight? And then once you get the rule, now watch this. Once you have a rule set, you know what facts are irrelevant. Because if the facts do not address the rule, then the facts are irrelevant. For example, how many Twitter followers do you have? If that's the case, if the number one fighter in the world, boxer in the world, if that is based on who has the most Twitter followers, I suspect that CSI and Paul Logan could make an argument for being the greatest fighter in the history of mankind. If that's the rule. Is the number of pay-per-views relevant to who the better fighter is? I would say that has nothing to do with the rules of boxing. Show me where in the rule of boxing it has anything about how many people show up to the fight and how many people buy the fight. It has something. It has clean effective punch. It has clean effective punching. It has defense and effective aggressiveness. And also, that's in how you score rounds. But if you get a KO, then those all go to shit. Because if you knock somebody out and they can't respond in time or they get knocked unconscious, they win the fight. So please tell me how this dude's pay-per-view numbers or his pay-per-view numbers or his attendance have anything to do with the rule of boxing. Can any of you UK guys tell me that? Explain to me, you fucking idiots, how the pay-per-view numbers or his Twitter followers or his attendance have any relationship to the rules of boxing. And if you can show me that, then we can talk about whether or not that should be included in the rule that we use to analyze who the number one fighter is. Hit one if you're with me. That's why I say I play with you clowns. I'm not really talking to you clowns. I'm just out there playing ball at the park. That's it. I'm just sitting up that motherfucking head. Whatever. He gets a layup. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Shit. Come on, man. Y'all tell me that. Y'all tell me that. That's a professional level argument. Just so you know. That's a professional level argument. That's a pro argument. Professional argument. As in you get paid for that. If you can do that, you will get paid to make arguments. Got that? A dude that said you want to decide whether or not you want to go to school or not. That's it right there. You learn to do that. You're a fucking killer. You are a killer. And all your skills are going to be revolve around that. Recognizing issues, knowing the rules, being able to apply the facts to the rules, and then being able to, within the rules of debate, be able to convince somebody that your explanation of those things are better than the other guy. And if there's a burden of proof, overcoming that burden of proof. It's all about rules, man. And what you guys say, your rules make no fucking sense. 78 Sports TV said, I love how AJ fans are now saying we need to support the brother. Yet when Wilder was fighting Fury, they rooting for Fury. So now, let me make sure I see that right. I love how AJ fans are now saying we need to support the brother. Yet when Wilder was fighting Fury, they were supporting Fury. Yeah, exactly. Look, man, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'll support AJ. Stanley Field said the truth sounds like hate to the misinformed. Dude, it shit just sounds like, dude, to me, you guys sound like children. You sound like gossipy children to me. That's how in my ears, that's what I hear. You sound like bickering little kids because you have no structure. You have no structure to what you're doing. And I mean that on so many different levels. You guys think you can read? Many of you are borderline fucking illiterate and you don't even know it. You hear me? Many of you are borderline or functionally illiterate and do not even know it. I have watched people read things that are on pieces of paper and they have no concept whatsoever of what that shit means at all. You are so easily fooled. You are so gullible. You are so easy to grab by the fucking nostrils and lead wherever somebody wants to go because you're a child and you don't even fucking know it. Fanon, I don't think AJ got confidence back from the first fight with Ruiz. I mean, he didn't fight like it. He got his belt back. We'll learn. We'll see. What we'll do is we'll see. That's where I am on that. We'll see whether or not whether he's got that shit back or not. Oh, here are the trolls. Sure, something I can talking air for no reasons. If you don't know, then you don't know. If Joshua was American, he would get praised. Black people don't know how to live in unity. Mexican people support only Mexicans. Okay, let me smack the shit out of you for this. First of all, now let's go through this with this Kappa Shanti. If Joshua was American, he would get praise. Black people don't know how to live in unity. Okay, first of all, are you talking about Americans or are you talking about black people? Which fucking one are you talking about? Okay? This is what I'm saying. You guys come off to me like you're fucking scatterbrained. You used American and black interchangeably. If he was American, he would get praise. First of all, how much more fucking praise do you want for Anthony Joshua? How much more praise do you want for this guy? He don't seem to be short of getting praise to me. Seems like he's getting praised a lot. Seems like he's been getting praised up wazoo. So I disagree with that point. Second, black people, okay, don't know how to live in unity. Live in unity? How do you live in unity? What the fuck does that shit mean? You want us all to move into the same house together and hold hands and clutch together and 40 million people to do that? How do you live in unity? That shit is literally fucking impossible. Do you mean complete unity, which means we need to be lockstep in everything that we say and we all agree with everybody on everything we say? Who the fuck does that? Please tell me. You think all Mexicans live in unity? Are you fucking ridiculous? Canelo Alvarez is the biggest Mexican star right now, and I can fill a spreadsheet full of names of Mexicans that I know don't like Canelo. What are you talking about? Do British people all love Anthony Joshua? No. There's people in the chat right now that don't like Anthony Joshua. What you just said was silly on multiple levels, man. Multiple levels. Anyways, let me get something. I don't want to dog out anybody for anyway. Let me see. Yeah, dog, but you guys just need to kick rocks with all that dumb shit, dude. Straight up. Okay. Marzi Nation, if I'm not too smart, ain't no argument going to work. No, dude, they don't know how to make an argument, bro. They don't know how to make one. That's literally, they do not know how to make one. I tell people all the fucking time. That is the structure, right? That's the structure right there. Okay? That's the structure right there. If your rule is fucked, then your whole analysis is going to be fucked. Because you're telling me that the number of pay-per-view buys this guy has relates to whether or not he should be the top guy in boxing. But yet, there's nothing in the rules of boxing at all that mention pay-per-view buys. It's irrelevant to the question of whether somebody is the number one heavyweight. Now, if you want to say who's the most popular heavyweight, then I guess we could say, well, who's the most popular heavyweight? I wouldn't even engage in that argument. I don't care. Hey, Eduardo Santiago said, thanks for keeping it real and honest and peas. Don't let people keep hating on Wilder. That man's doing very well, and don't give him the respect he deserves. Dude, look, me tell what's going on, CB Sports TV? Look, man, these guys don't even know why they're saying the shit that they're saying. Because all they're doing is getting facts thrown at them that they repeat. That's it. It's confusion. They're confused. That's what you see. They are confused. They don't know what facts they're sharing and how those facts relate to the question at hand. It's like saying, listening to you bozos talk is like listening to me saying this to my son. John, you're punished because you didn't clean your room. And he says, Dad, I mowed the lawn. John, you are punished because you did not clean your room. But Dad, I mowed the lawn. The issue is whether or not you cleaned your room. The fact that you mowed the lawn has nothing to do with whether you cleaned your room. So that's what these guys think when they think they're being smart, they think they're being cute. They're throwing out a bunch of facts that have nothing to do with the question at hand. Well, you said that you could see AJ getting knocked out. Yes, I did. I did say I could see that. The question was, what did I predict would happen? I said my prediction is AJ by unanimous decision. But you said that it was possible that you could be wrong. Yes, I did say it was possible that I could be wrong. But my prediction was that. So that's like me going to a bet. Let me tell you, that's like going to a bet, me going to the bet, right? And I place a bet. And I put $100 on, AJ to win by unanimous decision. AJ unanimous decision. I ain't talking about AJ for the win. I mean AJ unanimous decision, okay? Not split decision. I lose if it's a split decision. I lose if it's a draw. I lose if AJ wins by KO. I lose if anything other than AJ by unanimous decision. Unanimous decision. If I place that bet, would I have won or would I have lost? Right? I would have won. But say AJ wins by split decision and I go to try to pick my money up. Do you know what they will tell me? You lose. But I said it could be a unanimous decision. It could be. That's not what you bet. That doesn't say this shit on this slip of paper. You lose. Thank you for your money. Should have hedged your bet. Should have watched Dwyer. Should have watched Richard Dwyer, and he could have told you to hedge your bet on a unanimous decision. But you bozos want to come up and tell me I got it wrong. But just because you won't ever give anything up, dog, you won't acknowledge anything. You won't just give up the fact that, yeah, man, dude, yeah, that is the rule. Like, for example, what's the reasonable rule? They don't want to even engage in that because they want to bring up Twitter followers, but they would know that, oh, man, what the fuck does I would have to justify Twitter followers, meaning that you're a better fighter. I would have to, how could you justify that? I don't think that you could. I think that anything that you say to support that argument makes you look like a buffoon in the eyes of anybody that understands boxing. Finkel represented Bo. Yeah, you know that. You know. They don't even want to talk about that, Juniper P. They keep saying that, oh, yeah, Deontay Wilder ducked Klitschko. So what? So what? Is Klitschko fighting? Is Klitschko fighting still? No. So what difference does it make? How does that fact relate to who the better fighter is? Did Anthony Joshua fight Luis Ortiz? No. Okay, so how does that fact relate to the rule that we're applying? That in order to be that in order to be the best fighter, let me work backwards, you fucking idiots. What would the rule have to be in order for the fact that Deontay Wilder ducked Klitschko, right? What would the rule have to be that if that was a fact, that it would support the question of whether Deontay Wilder is the number one heavyweight or not? He ducked Klitschko. That's a fact. How is that relevant to that question? You would have to put it in the rule. Well, the rule is that you have to fight everybody that you could have fought. How would that work for AJ? AJ didn't fight Luis Ortiz. So I guess that means AJ can't be the number one heavyweight either. AJ didn't fight. Fuck, who didn't he fight? Let's see. AJ didn't fight Tyson Fury. So I guess that means AJ's not the top guy because I can name somebody he didn't fight. I can apply that rule to any fucking body. I can name every fighter you name, I can name somebody they didn't fight. So nobody can be the top heavyweight ever. If fighting everybody they possibly could fight is a prerequisite to being the number one heavyweight in the world, then there will never be a number one heavyweight in the world because none of them has fought every fucking body. Nobody. Or it would be either that or the only person that could probably be that might be John Molina. Somebody like John Molina. John Molina, who lost to Wilder, he lost to Joshua. He just lost to whatever that other dude's name is. As soon as he fights, if he loses to Tyson Fury, or better yet, maybe it's Derek Chisora. Because Derek Chisora lost to Dillian White. He lost to AJ. It would be whoever fought the most of each other would then be the number one guy, regardless of whether they won or all that shit's bullshit. It's not a functional rule. That rule is not functional. So your fact is irrelevant. And I analyzed it going backwards. Okay. I deconstructed your argument, right? You construct it goes from here to here, right? Can you see the camera? To construct something could go from here to here. To destruct it means you go from here to here. In making an argument, I started with your fucking conclusion and broke it back your fact, excuse me. I went from your fact and tried to go back to the rule that would have to be in place in order for it to be relevant to the issue at hand. And that shit would make, in order for that rule to apply, the rule would be inapplicable to either one of them and wouldn't answer the question. Because both of those guys have fighters that have not fought certain fighters. Have I lost you? I think I probably lost you. I doubt that you're very fucking bright and even follow that shit. Right? What did he say? You're blowing hot air. What's the construct and deconstruct? This nigga with them big ass vocabulary words. Fucking bozos. You're a bozo, dude. You're a bozo, man. You're a bozo. I don't include Fury, who knows if he will continue to fight. Oh, Juniper said it's irrelevant. Klitschko knows his jab hold style won't work with Wilder. He's too long and lanky. All I'm saying is the rule. I don't even have to say the name of the guy, bro. I don't have to say the name of the guy. I can plug any name, okay? Because the rule cannot be dependent upon the name of the person that you're trying to apply it to, okay? It can't be. You have to have a rule. Your rule has to apply to all the facts, to anybody. Okay, name a rule. What's the rule that you get to when you shoot a basket and it goes into the hole and it's inside out and it's past the 3-point line? The rule is that if you shoot it and it goes in, you get 3 points. That shouldn't matter whether it is Stephen Curry that shot the ball, Shaquille O'Neal that shot the ball. It doesn't matter who shot the ball. Whoever shoots the ball from behind that line and it goes into their basket gets 3 points. That's it. You can't be like, well, is that the rule? It only depends on who Well, who shot the ball? Did AJ shoot the ball? Because if AJ shot the ball, it's 4 points. But if Wilder shot the ball, it's 10 points. If Fury shot the ball, it's 1 point. Because, the rule depends on who it is that I'm applying the rule to. If that's the case, it's not a rule. You get me? So what I'm saying is this. Whatever facts you're bringing up have to relate to the rule regardless of who it is you're applying regardless of who you're applying the rule to. That's what rules are for. So you can make a uniform and apply things in a uniform fashion. That's the balance. That's the unbiased that they're looking for. These guys are pulling irrelevant fucking facts out their ass. Facts that have, and by irrelevant, I mean they're not directly related to answering the question that we're addressing. Hey, Fanon, AJ named Trevor Bryan and Manuel Charr as two of his next two opponents. If Wilder picked two, they'd catch hell. Deontay Wilder could fight. Deontay Wilder could get into the middle of the street and fight a bear for these fools. Okay? It doesn't matter because let's go back to their rule. Okay? Let's go back to the rule. 4 belts, not one. Who got fucking 4 belts? Nobody got 4 belts. Nobody got 4 belts, okay? He doesn't have 4 belts. Get the fuck out of my channel, Tim. Hey, for real. He does not have 4 belts. See, that's the stupid shit. He does not have 4 belts. He has 3 belts. That's you applying rules unevenly. Unevenly. Nobody else is a champion with the IBO belt. Nobody in boxing is the champion with an IBO belt. Nobody. Nobody. Terrence Crawford was the unified 140-pound champion. Let's walk through it. In order to be the undisputed champion, question. Does Anthony Joshua hold 3 major belts? Does he hold 4 major belts? What's the rule? The rule is you hold 4 major belts if you hold the WBA, the WBC, the IBO, and the IBF. Excuse me, the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF. That's the rule because those are the 4 belts. So does Anthony Joshua hold 4 major belts? The rule. You own 4 major belts if you own the WBC, the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA, if I said them right. So let's apply what are the facts. Anthony Joshua owns the WBA, WBO, the IBF, and the IBO. So let's apply the facts to the rule. Anthony Joshua owns the WBC. Does Anthony Joshua own the WBA? Yes, that's 1. Does Anthony Joshua own the WBO? Yes, that's 2. Does Anthony Joshua own the IBF? Yes, that's 3. Does Anthony Joshua own the WBC? No. Deontay Wilder owns the WBC. I would then enter into evidence. I would then put forth this fact in support of my conclusion that Anthony Joshua does not hold 4 major belts by pointing out the fact that Deontay Wilder holds 1 of them, the WBC. So if you answer the question whether Anthony Joshua owns 4 major belts, the answer is no. You're saying yes. I'm saying no. You're trying to put in, unless you can show that Anthony Joshua owns the WBC belt, then Anthony Joshua does not own 4 major belts. He owns 3. Stop it, man. You're bringing up, seeing that illustrates it again, doesn't it? You are bringing up an irrelevant fact to support your application of the rules, right? Of the rule to your facts to try to draw a conclusion, to answer the question. You lose. Bro, you're a hater. See? Ad hominem. Ad hominem. Ad hominem. Yes, I'm a hater, but does that give Deontay Wilder, does that give AJ the WBC belt? Let's analyze you. Oh, Nail Brown. Let's answer that. Okay, I'm a hater. Does that mean Anthony Joshua has the WBC champion? No, I'm answering. I'm doing this for this cat that wants to go to school. I'm literally doing this for fun, so that the guy that answered the question, I want to walk through it with you. Got to do something for fun. Weren't there 2 of 3 belts vacant when AJ won them? No, he got the IB, only one. The WBA. But that's irrelevant because he has them. Doesn't matter. If you win a vacant belt, you still have them. What's going on? Hey, man, Nestle, man, what's good, man? He said, hey, Fanon, super busy last 1 or 2 months. I'm looking forward to your take on Wilder Joshua conversation. Can Joshua be perfect for 12 rounds? No. He's never going to get in the ring. He's never going to get in the ring with him. He's not, dude. Anthony, you can just write. Anthony Joshua's never fighting Deontay Wilder, man. That shit, he was never going to do it, man. Fanon, you're in violation of Rule 1. What is that? What's Rule 1? Talking to idiots? Yeah, that I am. What's Rule 1? Let me know, Greg. Much love in that super chat to everybody in the super chat. What is that? What's Rule 1? Gotta be something we can get to Cringer. Oh, get that. Nah, dude. It's not gonna work, dude. He's not gonna fight him, dude. I have no. Rule 1 for boxing fans. The closer in proximity to the Caucasus Mountains, the fewer syllables necessary. Man, Gregory Wyatt, you a fool, dog. That motherfucker just called you some apes. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Ugh. Man, you a fool, dog. You a fool, man. Hey, Nelson said that's disappointment. Joshua Wilder in 2021. Dude, he's never going to fight him, dude. The only way that Anthony Joshua is going to fight Deontay Wilder is if he literally is on his last. If Anthony Joshua is literally on his last leg. That's it, dude. He can't beat. I cannot see him beating Deontay Wilder, man. As soon as he gets hits, he's going to sleep, dude. As soon as he gets, and he's going to get hit, dude. He's going to go to sleep, and he can't fight that style with Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder's reach is too long. And they're not going to chance it because that's it for them. Politically speaking, I cannot see them making that fight, man. I can't see him making that fight. Ren Wilson said AJ fans are like Trump supporters. I don't know. I got to think about that. Cam So Smooth said, salute Fanon in the chat. I went on your page and clicked the super chat button. Never gave an option to be a member. You click it and you go down a little bit. You should be able to go down a little bit when you do that, or you can go to the home page. Let me see. AJ Wilder will fight will happen in 2020. No, it won't. It can't. It can't happen in 2020. No way. Nelsie said because of Joshua or Hearn. Because of both of them. Because of both of them. Both. Dog, that dude is not, man, look. He fought the fight that he's supposed to fight against Anthony Joshua. Against Andy Ruiz. He did. He jabbed, he stayed on the outside, he moved away, he did all that. Dude, if he fights Deontay Wilder like that, dude's crazy. He said, oh, Fanon, you messing up. You can't try to use logic when debating idiots, fanboys. No, you can't. No, you can't. but you can do it for fun. Seriously, man, it's like if you know that's what you're doing, it's all good. You know what I mean? For me, I enjoy arguing. I'm serious. I really do enjoy it. Talking shit is fun to me. It really is. And eventually walking somebody into some shit where I know and they know that it's a wrap, but then they know, because then they'll change subjects and they'll try to move on. Once they do that, that's enough for me, because I know I walked them all the way to the end. They got wrapped up, and then it's kind of letting the cat out of a corner. You just walk away and you go about your business. I like that. That's fun to me. But I'm not that. I'm like I said, like somebody said, Fanon's crazy. I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy like that. I love it though. And it's not anything in relation to my profession. That's how I grew up. We would just argue all the time. My dad argues all the time. My brother, my dad, my uncles, my dad, my brother, my uncles, my sisters. We all argue all the time. Loud arguing. And over the years, dealing with guys who were older than me and having to listen to them argue all the time, dog, I started picking up on patterns. You pick up on the patterns, and then you know what they're doing and how you stop what they're doing and move them this way, you move them that way. Like, it's fun for me. That's why I like talking boxing. It's for real, dude. This is just it's like sitting up in a barbershop arguing and having fun. It's fun for me. If I was being serious about it, then I wouldn't really talk to him, because that's why people say they want to debate me. And I'm like, man, you don't really want to debate, because debate means you would have to do shit like this. We'd have to agree what the rule is. You would have to say, what's the rule? Okay, you're saying that Deontay Wilder ducked Anthony Joshua. What's the rule we're going to apply? How do you determine that? Regardless of the names associated with it. What's the rule? And we'd have to argue, and they're never going to get to doing that. Because once the rule is established, they know they lose the argument. So they'll never even get to the point where they really want to debate you. That's why I'm saying y'all don't really want to debate. You just want to talk to me. You're a fan. You're just a fan, and you want to talk to me. So I'll go to Twitter and I'll talk to my fans. Y'all are my supporters. Y'all come and we chop it up. Those guys are fans, because they really just want to talk to me, and they just want to call me names. And to me, the way that, like, I'm watching this, I'm learning more about the Watchmen. Nestle says, assuming Wilder wins against Tyson and gets Ruiz later in 2020, then Joshua must fight him in 2021. Joshua seems to satisfy social media. Maybe. I mean, it could be. That's possible. I just don't see it. Your critique is based on BS, though. Oh, that's not me. So yeah, man, they just want to talk to me, and that's cool. I'll talk to you. I'll shoot it until you get in the chat and you start arguing with other people. Then I'm done with you. Once you start trying to put that bullshit off on like Miami Snoopy, like I start noticing you doing that shit with Miami Snoopy, then I'll be like, nah, you're just harassing him. Goodbye. That's what I did on my Twitter. Once motherfuckers arguing with me, you're never going to get blocked arguing with me on Twitter. But once I see you in the comment section just starting shit with other people that want to talk to me in my comment section, then you got to go, because you're just shitting on the lawn now. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think AJ fans want to fight. The boxing world wants to fight. Yeah, some AJ fans probably do want to fight. Guys that really like to see boxing. You know what I mean? If you like to see boxing, you want to see the fight. You know? And you see that a lot of times. Like for example, another one of these corny things people do is that they talk about, I say Charlo needs to fight. Canelo needs to fight Charlo. And they say, well, who has he fought? He doesn't bring enough money to the table. He doesn't draw any, he doesn't have any Twitter followers. What the fuck does that got to do with defending the championship? And that's the bullshit that, no disrespect to the WBC, but that's the bullshit that they brought into it with that franchise belt. Because now with that franchise belt, They brought something into the rule of boxing that has nothing to do with actual boxing. It has to do with the popularity of a fighter. Now they can say that it's related to them winning in multiple divisions, but but to me, the way that it applies, because if that's the case, then hell, what if somebody has multiple belts, but they don't hold the WBC? Right? Hey, J-Rock has 2 belts, right? J-Rock has 2 belts, or Jamal Charlo. Matter of fact, Jamal Charlo won belts at 154 and 160. Why would you make Canelo the franchise champion and not Charlo? Right? Charlo's a multiple division champion. He won at 154. He won at 160. Well, I guess not at the time he didn't, because they gave. So I guess that one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. See, the rule didn't apply. That's why I had to back up, because at the time of the franchise champion, Jamal Charlo had only won in 1. So that's me going back and looking. Oh, that fact doesn't really apply to the rule. Man, please don't ever answer me no questions about that shit anymore. I'm sorry, man. I go to school. For now, they don't even want to mention his name. They don't even talk about him next. Dog, they don't want that shit. I mean, and it's cool. I mean, dog, why? He just got knocked out in April. Why would they? Seriously, it would be stupid for them to fight Deontay Wilder. It would be stupid for them for Anthony Joshua to fight Deontay Wilder. Just be real. It would be stupid. It would be great for boxing, but it would be stupid because he's going to get knocked out. Period. But it has nothing to do with whether or not who's the best heavyweight. The best heavyweight's Deontay Wilder. Period. There's nobody else that fits the bill. And the reason I say AJ's not going to fight him is because AJ is going to lose everything if he does. Everything if he does. And there won't be any chance. And even if you get a rematch clause, doesn't matter. He's going to knock your ass out again. So what are you going to do? And you might literally get fucking bodied. So no, you can't take a punch from Andy Ruiz. He ain't taking no shot from Deontay Wilder. And you can't train that shit. You can't be like, let's see, what is the ticket to beating Deontay Wilder? Jab, stick and move from the outside? That's what Tyson Fury did, right? Tyson Fury wound up on his ass like this. No. Then everyone will see AJ's a paper champ. I mean, AJ is a paper champ. He already is up. He's already out there, man. Did you hear about the Russian dude clout chasing Wilder's name? Dude, hey, Adewale, my man, I see them all clout chasing Deontay Wilder. They all are, man. They all are. They all are. And well, they should. Because that's the top guy in the box. He's the top guy in boxing. He's the top guy in boxing. Well, Canelo sells more pay-per-views. What the fuck does that got to do with who's the top boxer and the top fighter in the world? Back to my whole Iraq thing. Issue, rule, application, conclusion. Right? AJ is treating Wilder like Voldemort. He who shall not be named. Nah, man. It is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying, though? It is what it is. But now I don't think he's going to fight that dude. Off topic. Anyone see Wilder ban Russia from internet? Yeah, I saw that, man, for 4 years. Because they be juicing out there, dude. I ain't even Fanon. Oh, God, that craziness. Fanon, have you read UCAD's statement for White? Do you think he has a twos and they don't explain what caused the contamination, as D-ball is not something you can get in a sports supplement? Look, man, this is my take on that. That is nothing different than what they already did. They just waited to clear him the day before the fight. That's it. That's it. Eddie Hearn forced their hand. Eddie Hearn forced their hand by putting him in a fight. So if they didn't clear him the day before the fight, they would have had to suspend. If they had not cleared him, that's a public relations that's public relations anyway, because he wasn't suspended to begin with. They didn't clear him. They had already cleared him. when they let him fight. But they didn't say anything about the D-ball. They said it's in their system. It's just the levels. So when they say the levels are consistent with contamination, that means it was there. That's, for me, that's an admission that it was in their system. So all of you guys that said there's no proof that he had anything in his system, yeah, there is. UCAD just proved it when they said it was levels that showed contamination. But they didn't say they tested the B sample and there was nothing in the B sample. All I got out of that is, yeah, he popped dirty and they let him fight. And they just backed up their own decision. That's all they did. And they were forced to do it. And they released the statement during the biggest time that people were paying attention to it. That's all that is. But we all knew that was going to be the case. I also saw what his ass looked like getting in that ring. And that shit was disgusting. He looked terrible in that fight. And if he comes to the United States, dog, Deontay Wilder got enough money and enough to make sure that that dude is on a testing protocol for a year. If that motherfucker blinks on some shit, it's going to get caught. And he's going to get killed with it or without it. He looked like shit. That D-ball shoulder roll, dude, he's going to get his clock clean, dude. He looked like trash, man. Straight trash. The White isn't on Wilder's level anyway. Or yeah, definitely not. But neither is Anthony Joshua. Neither is Anthony Joshua. I mean, these guys they're not Lennox Lewis, man. They're not Lennox Lewis. Oh, what do you think about Tank Davis? I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I've done several videos about it. I'm gonna probably do a video about it tomorrow just to make sure I keep talking about it. But yeah, man, the fight I'm really looking forward to this weekend with Teofimo Lopez and Richard Comey. That's the fight that I'm looking forward to. Clearly I'm looking forward to seeing Terrence Crawford out there again. I'm hoping Terrence Crawford can get a big knockout against Kalvanakis. I'm really happy for Jermall Charlo getting that, making that dude do a cartwheel in the ring. Man, there was a lot of really good stuff going on, man. Yeah, Kay said exactly. Contamination means low levels for a period of time. Yeah, and that shit is consistent with getting caught microdosing. Yeah, it's consistent with that. Let me ask you a question. Is it also consistent with microdosing and being just a little bit off if the guy was microdosing? Which means, he took such a small amount that the half-life, that the amount in the system cuts in half by, in 4 hours. And then after that, it cuts in half again, but the timing was off. Could it also be consistent with microdosing? Yes, it could be consistent with microdosing. See how that works? It's consistent with contamination, which means it was low, but it could also be consistent with microdosing. You can make an argument for both, but they accepted the explanation. But guess what? There was only one side making an explanation. The only people giving an explanation was Dillian White. They didn't have somebody else in there making an argument that it was consistent with something else, right? I would say, is it also consistent with microdosing? Well, yes, it could be. Yes, it could be. But you never got that because they had a secret meeting in which they gave that information and called it a day. Period. And they let him fight because they cleared him. Oh, yeah, man. Marlon Swicey Sims, man. I'm hyped for that fight, too. But look, let me get out of here, man. Yeah, Tunnel Vision said all that means is he got caught on the end of his cycle. It's all pretty much. Of course, man. Of course. It's consistent with microdosing. But it is what it is. Look, man, much love to everybody in the super chat. Much love to everybody in the chat. Hey, man, go out there and kill him, Marlon Sims, man. Thank you so much to the people that joined the membership in the channel. Man, thank you so much. You allowed us to sponsor to Marlon Swicey Sims, man. We're going to keep doing it as the channel keeps growing, and that's what it is. So much love to everybody in the chat. And with that, make sure you go to KQKC Boxing next, and I'm out. Peace.